Welcome back guys to this channel. In this video, I'll show you how to use monday.com. So on your browser, just go to monday.com as you can see in here, and you can choose what kind of projects you would do in this project management platform, and then you can get started. So you just have to log in using your email, or you can continue using your Google account. Once you have logged in either by your monday.com account or Gmail account, you can then set up your account. Here I'll just have my full name and then account name, so it depends on what you prefer, and then you just have to click continue, and then you have choices here if you are doing this for work, for personal, and so on. And you will also have to choose or identify the role you're playing in your team. It will also ask you how many people there are in your team and in your company. So just answer all of these necessary questions and just go click continue. Then just wait for it to load, and you can add or invite your teammates by clicking or inputting here their email and identifying what role they are playing as a member or as an admin. But I'll just have to do it later. So next is we're going to have to label our board and identify if we're working on projects or tasks. So in here, just choose whatever works for you and then just click next. And then here you can list and rename your projects. So I have these, for example. Then you can group these projects based on timeline. So for example, the projects for this month were the ones that we input or listed a while ago. So it will look like this on the right part. And then you finally have your board. So all of the things that you listed a while ago are all in this test board. So under this month, and then you can also list another tasks or projects for the next month. So you can also change the date, the status, and the person. So here you can change it to done, or if you're having a problem with the project, and then you can edit all the labels as well, and then just click apply if you edited them. So you can see that there is also a status bar to see how much you've done already. And then here we could also change the dates. For example, this one, we're going to change it to another date. So see, it will change. Then you could also add a column. So depending on what you need and how you'd like your board to look like, you can add files, for example, and files column, so you can attach the files you're using for that task or project. So yeah. When you go select your workspace area, you will see that you could add another workspace, so you can rename that based to your liking on what other workspace would you like to add. And here, when you click add, you have these options. You can add a folder to organize the projects that you are working with. So for example, I am working on a non-government organization, and I have multiple projects on that organization, then I can use a folder to organize all the projects under that. And if at the same time, aside from working in an NGO, I'm also working with clients and I have multiple projects for them, then I can also make a folder for that. And then under the folder, you could change, the color so that you could easily identify which um, board or folder you are working on. And then you can add a folder inside, or you can add another board inside that folder. So for example, I have this project under NGO. You could also change the privacy, and you could indicate what kind of work you are working for this project. So if in that NGO you are working for a campaign, then you could add that. And if you are working for another project in that NGO, you could add another board in that folder, and choose another kind of project. So for example, creatives. So that your work or projects are uh, organized and segregated accordingly. So you have other options here. You can move it and modify each board. So in the board that you are working on, you can group and change the title of each group. So for example, I have here my deliverables that I'm required to do, and then the next group will be named in progress, so that when I'm already working on a certain deliverable, I will move it under in progress. And then I'll add another group. So here is where you can add a new group of campaigns, and I will name this done or completed task, so that once the campaigns under in progress are already done, I can move those campaigns or task under the group done. So let's say we're working on a project, so we have different deliverables. Here, for example, we have a campaign proposal, promotional materials, and partnerships. So for those deliverables, we can set first the status to this one, and we can set the date depending on when do we need those. And then here we can add files from different platforms, and let me just clear this out first. And then we can also set the person who's assigned to do this, just email or input their email there, and then we can drag and drop when we are already working on that project. And then we can add like an update. So first we can attach file, and you will see here the activity log, so you can track the progress or if anything has been done already. And then here we can input updates so that the teammates could see what has been already done. So going back to the campaign, once we're done, we just change the label and drag and drop it under the done group. So here you can also, add more columns, but just do what works for you. So in here, we can also add subtasks. So just click that arrow button, and then you will have here like a sub list or a sub task, and then you can just list all of the subtasks that you want to put under this main task. And just like the main task a while ago, we can also edit the person, the status of the subtask, as well as the date. We can set the deadline for those subtasks, and we can attach file where we want the person assigned to this to work on. So or you could have other options here. And then after putting your subtask, another way to view your uh, project is by adding, like for example, a Gantt chart, so we can see the activities per day. So like this one, you could see the deliverables and when should they be made. And then we can also add cards. So per group of tasks you have these, or per campaigns you have this card for each of them. So you could also experiment on other view depending on what you need. So just add what works for you and what you need the most. That's it, guys. That's how we use monday.com. I hope this video helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe.